As we continue looking at our other investment appraisal techniques that we have yet to see, so not having been examined or seen in F9, we're now going to come to your discounted payback period, which I have to say I think is one of the easiest of the other techniques that we're yet to see. Why it wasn't there within F9, let's not worry, but it is nice and straightforward. All our discounted payback period does is take the cash flows that we had in our normal payback period calculations and then discounts them to their present value, and then we use those present value cash flows to work out the payback period. Again, the idea is that the quicker we get the cash back, then the better that may be. So what we've got, if we were to go through and lay it out in terms of an example and a calculation, then before we just had a 3-column approach. Our time period, cash flow, and then we netted off the cash flows for each of the years in question. Now, all we're going to go through and do is put in another column which looks there at your discount factor. We apply that discount factor to your cash flow to get your discounted cash flows, and then we go through and look at netting off all of those discounted cash flows to identify when we start generating positive overall net cash. So let's go through and have a look at it with the example that we've got there within the material. So what you've got is a standard series of cash flows there for a 4-year project. We invest at T0 and generate cash flows at T1, 2, 3 and 4. Key bit in terms of this question is the fact that we're given a discount rate or a cost of capital of 10% that we're to use in appraising this project. So all we go through and do, easiest way I think is to lay out that 5-column approach. We've got there a discount factor at 10%, and what I do is I put in my time periods and my undiscounted cash flows first. So just simply going through and copying the numbers from the question you are given. And there we go. What you need to go through and do now is start to work out what the discount factors are based on a discount rate of 10%. So I'll be generous. I'll go through there and give you the discount factor at T0 for 10%. That's going to be 1. What I'd like you to go through and do now is go through there. First of all, just go through and look at the discount factors at 10% for years 1, 2, 3 and 4. Then I'd like you to go through and work out the present value of those cash flows. Once you've done that, we'll then come back and we'll go through and finish off the example. So that should have been a fairly straightforward exercise, looking up those discount factors at 10%. So there you should have 0.909, 0.826, 0.751 and 0.683 for each of years 1, 2, 3 and 4 respectively. To work out the discounted cash flows, you take your cash flow multiplied by your discount factor to give you your present value, so if you like your discounted cash flow, and then you can go through and do that for T2, 3 and 4. Once you've gone through and done that, that should now be straightforward to go through and work out your net overall cash flows. So there at T0 we invested 34,000. At T1 we're going to receive, yes, 7,600, but in present value terms that's 6,908. So if we go through there and adjust for the 6,908, that gives me 2,7,092. As we progress onwards, we've got then 13,463 as we receive a discounted 13,629 at T2. And then in year 3, when we get that discounted cash flow there of 15,020, gives us a net 1,557. So what you can identify there is that the discounted payback period is going to be 2 years and a little bit more into that 3rd year. So we know our discounted payback period is 2 years, but then we need to go through and recover £13,463, when in that third year, in discounted terms, we get £15,020. So there, that works out, if you tap it into your calculator, at 2.9 years. Again, you will go through and compare that to a predetermined target rate. If it's better than that rate, if it gets cash in quicker than the target, then we would accept the project.